Picture this. You're in a meeting. You have a game-changing idea that could skyrocket your success. But you freeze. Why? Because you're not confident to express your English. If you've been there, you know how frustrating this feels, right? An individual is in a virtual meeting. Hi everyone, welcome back to our channel. If you're new here, my name's Burton Langell, and I will be your go-to guide for mastering business English. I've taught business English to IT and business professionals for the last 4 years, over 3,000 hours, and I was in business for just over 30 years. I'll give you some information on my business career. Today we're going to cover everything you need to know in a short time for meetings. I have an extensive course on this I'll be offering. Today's video is a gold mine for ESL and IT professionals and business folks. If you've ever felt tongue-tied in an English-speaking business meeting, this video could be a game changer for you. Why is it important? Look at the reality. The reality is that English is often the common language in global business. Does anybody agree with this? And in our fast-paced tech and business environment, being able to clearly express our ideas in meetings is not just a nice to have, it's an essential. If you're in global or international business, you probably have to speak English. Effective communication can be the difference between closing a deal, leading a successful project. In this video, we'll break down the language you need for every part of the business meeting, from setting the agenda all the way to closing remarks. Trust me, by the end of this video, you're going to have an arsenal, a storehouse of phrases and strategies to help you navigate your next English-speaking business meeting like a pro. We've got a lot of jam-packed stuff to handle in probably about 10 minutes ahead of us, covering the language essentials before, during, and after the meeting. So get your notepads ready. If you're like me, you like to write things down. Now, before the meeting, and just to let you know a little bit about myself, my name is Burton Langell. I'm a business English coach. I've been teaching for over 4 years, as I mentioned. I was in high-level business for over 30 years. My brother and I started a multi-billion-dollar company, and I owned many businesses over the years. And I'm not going to say I was always successful. I had some monumental failures also. But the last 4 years, since I've retired from business, my purpose has been helping IT and business professionals succeed in their lives using English so they can be more successful and build better futures for their families, their children, and themselves. All right, let's dive in. Setting the agenda. Now, this is an absolute crucial thing to do. A well-defined agenda not only tells participants what to expect, but also keeps the meeting focused and productive. A simple line like, "Could we set the agenda for our upcoming meeting?" can initiate the process. For the agenda itself, always include the time slots and make sure to assign topics to specific people. We want everybody to be involved. This creates accountability and ensures that you're respecting everyone's time. Some key phrases here we might want to include. The topic of the discussion, presented by, time allotment. Make these your best friends when setting an agenda. It'll really help you control the time during the meeting. Okay, let's move on to invitations. Think about who should attend. You don't want to be wasting people's time where it's not relevant to them. People feel they go to too many meetings that just don't have anything to do with them. Now, the words RSVP may sound fancy, but it's just letting people confirm their attendance. Your invitation should be precise. Include the meeting agenda, of course, a request for RSVP, something like, "Would you be available for a meeting on Monday at 3 p.m. to discuss the project X? Kindly RSVP me." Clear to the point. Very clear to the point, isn't it? Responses might range from, I'll be there, or I have a prior commitment. It's not just English practice, it's good etiquette, isn't it? More on preparation. Last but not least is preparation. This is where you review all the materials that will be discussed during the meeting. Don't forget about all your audio visual, setting things up, getting there a little bit early, making sure everything is ready for the crowd. A polite email asking for materials beforehand might sound like, could you send over the materials in advance? This simple question can save you a lot of head scratching during the actual meeting. We want people prepared. Anything you can get out to them before the meeting so that we're not wasting time on just giving out information is a really good thing to do. Common phrases include in advance, prior to the meeting, or simply beforehand. Mastering these simple phrases can give you the upper hand before you even step into the meeting. So, in summary, before the meeting, focus on setting a clear agenda, ensuring everyone RSVPs, and prepare yourself with all the necessary materials. Your future self in the meeting room will thank you, believe me, during the meeting. And now for the main event, the meeting itself. All the preparation you've done sets the stage for this. So how do we make sure the actual meeting runs smoothly and effectively? Let's break it down. Opening remarks. First off, whether you're leading the meeting or just participating, it's crucial to start the meeting on a positive note. Your language will set the tone. Remember your hook. Get everybody interested. Grab their attention. Tell them how important the meeting is, what they'll achieve from it, what they'll learn. For instance, you might say something like, thank you, everyone, for attending the meeting, taking the time. So here's a quick list of phrases. Could include, welcome, everyone. Let's get started. Or even, I appreciate your time today. Moving on to facilitating discussions. One of the most important parts of the meeting is encouraging a free flow of ideas while staying on track. We want corroboration, and we need to move through the meeting and not waste time on frivolous stuff. So it takes a good leader to encourage participation. You could ask, would anyone like to share their thoughts on this? Or if someone is being particularly quiet, you might say, Sarah, would you like to weigh in on this? I always try to work around the room a bit, make sure everybody is participating. Some people just like to sit there and listen and look, and often they have the deepest ideas. Other useful expressions include, let's hear from someone else. Any objections or concerns? Keeping time. Last but not least, let's talk about keeping time. Respecting the agenda and everyone's time is professional and courteous. If discussions go off track, a simple, let's get back to the agenda, we can refocus everyone. You could also say, we're running out of time, let's move on. If you have a good agenda with those time marks, you can always use that as your roadmap and refer people to it. And they have to understand that we have to move through so we can achieve what we have to achieve today. Key phrases might include, time's almost up. Let's wrap this up. Simple but effective as we're getting to the end of the meeting. So there we have it. During the meeting, your focus should be on positive opening remarks, facilitating effective discussions, and keeping time. Master these and you're well on your way to running an effective meeting. There are some things, people have to understand how to give their opinion. They may want to refer back to something that somebody said and perhaps add to it, or maybe even disagree. Although we have to be professional and appreciate their ideas. As we're closing the meeting, we have to remember to summarize what we went over. Make sure everybody is clear on the takeaways from the meeting. Wish everybody a farewell. keeping everything positive, isn't it? After we've done the meeting, the closing is very important also, isn't it? We need to make sure we've taken minutes during the meeting, get them out to everyone in an email, determine that it's accurate, everybody knows what their deadlines and deliverables are, and ask about the information they need for the next meeting, and try to set a date for the next meeting, and just have what you need to set the future meeting agenda. Now it's time to follow through on those deliverables. I hope you found this helpful. Meetings are very important, and I have a free course on mastering small talk in business. Small talk is essential. It's how you form relationships. It's how meetings start. It's how presentations go before people start presenting. It's how we meet people, how we build those strong relationships. I think it's one of the most important business skills. And this course will be delivered to you every day for 7 days. The videos are only about 6-7 minutes long, and you'll have a transcript. I'm sure you'll find it very interesting, and you will learn a lot. It will make you more confident in English. All these things help. The other thing I wanted to say is I've just finished recording about 3 hours of detailed material that you will need to be a star at meetings, how to participate and how to lead a meeting well. This material can advance your career. When you lead a meeting or you speak up at a meeting, and there are often bosses and clients and that there, they want to hear you, and they want to hear your English. They want to know how good you are. This is where you get to stand out and make an impression. Show that you're unique. This material I've produced, this is after 30-some years of business and years of teaching English. I know this will advance your English. This will make you a more confident speaker. And by developing these skills, you are able to have a better career, gain promotions, earn more money to give a better life to your family and yourself, and be respected by your team. Thank you very much. My name is Burton Langell. I hope you will like, subscribe, comment, talk to me. I'll try to keep up with the comments here. I'm always available. You can find me on LinkedIn. Every Thursday I do, and I do it on YouTube also, a half-hour live session that's open to anybody that wants to come. It's on YouTube, Facebook, and LinkedIn. Thursday mornings at 10:30 my time, which is Atlantic time here in Canada, or 9:30 Eastern time. Thank you very much. Have a great day.